The Tiger Charmer, written by Vinita Ramchandani, narrated by Ranjan Kamath.
The Tiger Charmer. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a girl called Neha. When Neha was born, everyone exclaimed in surprise. Her face was round and fair as the moon. Her hands and legs were plump, and she had a thick thatch of hair like a cap over her head. She was a beautiful baby. Fair. In India, it was important for babies to be fair. And heavy. A heavy baby, said Amama, means clever baby. Clever and beautiful, everyone explained, meant a great future. It didn't take very long, however, for opinions to reverse. Neha, they eventually admitted, was not that bright. For one thing, she took longer than most babies to open her eyes. 1 week after this moonshine was born, she refused to open her lids a little more than a crinkle. When she finally did, it was to shut her eyes firmly again. It was as if she did not want to admit to herself that this is where she was. Then she took very long to walk too. She learned to turn on her tummy soon enough and heave herself on all fours too. But when it was time for her to make an attempt to lift herself and to walk, she simply refused. Do you think her legs hurt? Wondered her mother Chinnamma, after her umpteen attempts to hold her hand and make her stand. Maybe her bones are too soft. While she ate her food rapidly and with gusto, she wouldn't use her mouth for the other important thing that humans do, talk. Finally, when Chinnamma, youngest daughter-in-law of the Kottathiyata Taravada, tried for the nth time to get her baby Nehamol to say Ma, and all she got was a burp, she wept in resignation. I think something is wrong with her, she wailed. My baby, my golden lump. But nothing was wrong with Nehamol. Perhaps things were so because she was too wise for her age. She learned to walk and she did speak. But she was careful about how much she dispensed of each, miles and words. Nehamol was really a good baby. She wasn't cranky like other babies, and she was ready to greet everyone with a smile. In fact, you could leave her all day at the Parambu and she would play quietly by herself. On the damp sand, she would sit and play with the angry-looking ants for hours. They would leave their disciplined march for food and surround her to tickle her. They never bit her. She loved watching the birds strut around, and even the hens would let her come close while they were hatching eggs. The Parambu cats would never leave her, and if Neha ever was on her feet, it was only to peer through the gates to catch sight of the purple and green butterflies. She would play between the legs of the temple elephants, and the tuskers would play with her, gently rolling her in the cool dust of the earth, or would coil their trunks and create makeshift swings for her. In the paddy fields, you could place her between the tender green shoots of rice grass, and she would be still for hours. Everyone knew that Nehamol's eyes shone brighter than the lamps of the Ayappan Devan temple when she was with animals. Everyone also had to acknowledge that animals were abnormally gentle when she was around. But when Sarasu swore to the other servants that she had seen a tiger walk away from Nehamol into the tall grass and disappear into the shadow, people said, enough is enough. Ayyo, we know she is good with animals, said Ammalu, but why make stories about it? And everyone agreed with her. Everyone loves a good story, and the tiger story passed from mouth to mouth, always with one more detail added to it, and always ending with, you know Sarasu, no? She is such a big storyteller. Neha soon lost her baby fat. Her stubby legs grew long, and she grew fussy about her food. The only traces of her babyhood were her chubby cheeks. When Apupan's friends from the big city
Sample complete. Ready to continue?